Anedjib, the pharaoh of early Egypt. Anedjib, also known as Anedjib, emerges as a significant figure in the annals of ancient Egyptian history, particularly during the formative period of the First Dynasty, which marked the beginning of the Old Kingdom around the 31st century before the Common Era. His reign, though less celebrated than some of his successors, offers profound insights into the political, religious, and cultural dynamics that shaped early Egyptian civilization. This comprehensive exploration of Anedjib's life and rule will meticulously delve into his lineage, ascension to power, administrative strategies, military endeavors, religious contributions, burial practices, and the lasting impact he left on Egyptian society. Lineage and early life. Anedjib was born into a lineage steeped in royal prestige, believed to be the son of Pharaoh Din and Queen Mernith. Din, his father, was a pivotal figure known for his ambitious building projects, including the construction of the tomb of Din at Abydos and military campaigns that expanded Egypt's influence and fortified its borders. Queen Mernith, a powerful regent and possibly a ruling queen in her own right, underscored the prominence of Anedjib's familial background. His upbringing would have been within the realm of courtly intrigues and ceremonial duties, preparing him meticulously for the mantle of kingship from a young age. As a young prince, Anedjib would have been exposed to the complexities of governance and statecraft. He likely received an education that encompassed not only the administrative and military skills required of a future pharaoh, but also religious and cultural teachings. Instruction in reading and writing hieroglyphs would have been essential, as literacy was crucial for maintaining records and issuing decrees. Furthermore, Anedjib would have participated in religious rituals and ceremonies, learning the sacred rites that he would later perform as pharaoh. Ascension to the throne. Anedjib's assumption of kingship likely followed the demise of his father, Pharaoh Denver. In ancient Egypt, the succession of power was a meticulously choreographed affair, steeped in rituals that validated the new pharaoh's authority. Anedjib's claim to the throne would have been reinforced by his royal lineage, and possibly fortified by strategic alliances within the royal court and among regional governors. His coronation, a symbolic union with Horus, the falcon-headed deity of kingship, affirmed his divine right to rule and his role as the earthly manifestation of Egypt's cosmic order. The coronation ceremony itself would have been a grand affair, filled with pomp and pageantry. It likely included the Horus name ritual, in which Anedjib was symbolically united with the god Horus, solidifying his divine kingship. This ritual was crucial in establishing his legitimacy and reinforcing his role as the intermediary between the gods and the people. The event would have been attended by high-ranking officials, priests, and dignitaries, all bearing witness to the new pharaoh's ascension. Administrative policies and governance. As pharaoh, Anedjib inherited a kingdom in the throes of administrative reforms initiated by his predecessors. The early dynastic period witnessed the consolidation of state institutions and the evolution of bureaucratic structures aimed at centralizing control. Anedjib's administration likely focused on advancing these reforms, although specific details of his policies are sparse in historical records. Administratively, Anedjib would have relied on a cadre of officials and scribes to oversee taxation, law enforcement, and the execution of royal decrees. The use of hieroglyphic writing on ceremonial palettes and stone vessels continued under his rule, serving both administrative and religious functions. These inscriptions commemorated royal achievements and reinforced the pharaoh's divine mandate to govern, ensuring stability and order throughout the kingdom. The pharaoh's court would have been the epicenter of government activity. High-ranking officials, including viziers, treasurers, and overseers, managed various aspects of state administration. The vizier, often the pharaoh's closest advisor, played a critical role in implementing royal policies and maintaining records. This intricate bureaucracy facilitated efficient governance and enabled Anedjib to exert control over the diverse regions of his kingdom. Military campaigns and foreign relations. Military campaigns were pivotal to the governance of early dynastic pharaohs like Anedjib, as they safeguarded borders, protected trade routes, and expanded Egypt's sphere of influence. Anedjib's military campaigns likely centered on regions such as the Sinai Peninsula, renowned for its copper and turquoise mines. Control over these territories bolstered Egypt's economic prosperity and ensured a steady supply of luxury goods for the royal court. Beyond the Sinai, Anedjib may have ventured into Nubia to the south, a region rich in gold resources coveted by ancient Egyptians. His campaigns in Nubia aimed to secure these valuable assets and affirm Egyptian dominance over neighboring lands. The logistics of such military campaigns involved mobilizing troops, provisioning supplies, and negotiating alliances with local rulers to maintain control and facilitate trade. Anedjib's military exploits would have required significant planning and coordination. The pharaoh's army comprised infantry, archers, and charioteers, each playing a vital role in warfare. Troops were equipped with weapons such as spears, bows, and copper-tipped arrows, and they were trained in formations and tactics designed to overwhelm adversaries. Successful military campaigns not only expanded Egypt's territories but also brought prestige to Anedjib's reign, reinforcing his authority. Religious contributions and cultural impact. Religion held a central position in ancient Egyptian society, with the pharaoh serving as the intermediary between the gods and the populace. Anedjib's reign witnessed the ongoing development of religious rituals and the patronage of cults dedicated to deities like Horus and Hathor. The pharaoh's participation in religious ceremonies underscored his divine status and reinforced his authority as the living embodiment of Egyptian cosmology. Architecturally, Anedjib may have commissioned temples and monuments dedicated to the gods, although specific structures attributed to his reign remain unidentified. The construction of these religious edifices served dual purposes: venerating the gods and perpetuating the pharaoh's legacy through monumental architecture. Adorned with hieroglyphic inscriptions and intricate reliefs, these temples functioned as focal points for religious rites and communal worship, fostering unity and continuity within Egyptian society. Anedjib's religious contributions extended beyond temple construction. He would have been involved in the establishment and maintenance of priesthoods, ensuring that the deities were properly venerated and that religious practices were upheld. Priests played a crucial role in daily rituals, offerings, and festivals, acting as intermediaries between the gods and the people. The pharaoh's support of these religious institutions reinforced his position as the divine ruler and maintained the spiritual well-being of the kingdom. Burial practices and funerary traditions. Anedjib's passing marked the culmination of his terrestrial reign and the commencement of his journey into the afterlife. Egyptian funerary practices were elaborate and meticulously planned, reflecting a belief in the continuity of the soul and the preservation of the deceased's identity in the next realm. Anedjib was interred in a royal necropolis, likely at Abydos or Saqqara, revered burial grounds for early pharaohs. His tomb, fashioned in the shape of a mastaba, featured a rectangular base with sloping sides and a flat roof. The evolution of the mastaba design would later culminate in the pyramid complexes of subsequent dynasties. Within Anedjib's tomb, archaeologists unearthed artifacts such as pottery, jewelry, and ceremonial objects intended to accompany him on his journey through the underworld. These grave goods offered glimpses into Anedjib's wealth and prestige, as well as his spiritual convictions concerning the afterlife. The preparation of Anedjib's tomb would have been a complex and lengthy process, involving skilled artisans and laborers. The construction of the mastaba required the precise cutting and placement of limestone blocks, while the interior chambers were adorned with carvings and paintings depicting scenes from the pharaoh's life and the afterlife. These artistic representations were believed to aid Anedjib in his journey through the Duat, the Egyptian underworld, and ensure his successful rebirth. Legacy and historical significance. Anedjib's legacy transcends his temporal existence, shaping the course of Egyptian history and influencing generations of pharaohs who succeeded him. His contributions to administrative governance, military prowess, religious patronage, and funerary practices laid the groundwork for the enduring civilization of ancient Egypt. Despite being overshadowed by more illustrious pharaohs like Khufu and Ramesses II, Anedjib's reign marks a pivotal juncture in the consolidation of Egyptian statehood and cultural identity. Archaeological excavations continue to illuminate Anedjib's reign and its impact on early Egyptian society. Discoveries at royal necropolises and temple complexes yield artifacts and inscriptions that shed light on the political, economic, and social dynamics of the First Dynasty. These findings underscore the complexity of ancient Egyptian civilization and highlight the interconnectedness of religion, politics, and cultural expression during Anedjib's era. Conclusion. In conclusion, Anedjib's reign as pharaoh of Egypt during the early dynastic period stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of ancient Egyptian civilization. His role in consolidating state power, expanding territorial boundaries, fostering religious devotion, and shaping funerary customs underscores the multifaceted nature of pharaonic rule. Through an in-depth exploration of Anedjib's life and accomplishments, we gain a deeper understanding of the political, social, and cultural dynamics that characterize the formative stages of Egyptian civilization. Anedjib's reign bridged the gap between Egypt's prehistoric origins and its emergence as a unified kingdom with a distinct cultural identity. His contributions to statecraft and religious patronage laid the foundation for the monumental achievements of subsequent pharaohs and established enduring traditions that persisted throughout Egypt's long history. By commemorating Anedjib's legacy, we honor not only his individual achievements, but also the collective achievements of early dynastic Egypt in shaping the course of world history.